Hello everyone, hope you're well. So in this lecture, I will explain loading in Next.js and also streaming in Next.js. So for starting the video, before starting the video, to make the lecture simpler, I had created two component. First one is post and second one is user. So in post, I had made a post request on an URL. This is JSON placeholder, and this will take really less amount of time. Also, I had add intentionally 2-second delay for this API call. So don't bother about this implementation if you didn't get it initially. So just think that this component will respond that for fetching data at this component, this will take 2 seconds. Also, I had created another component named as user. So I had also implement this same way, and this will take 4 seconds for fetching user details. So I have also create another page name is blog. So let's go to our blog page and let's use one of our component here. First of all, I will use post component there, and let's go to there. Let's go to our home page. Yeah, so this is our home page, and I had created another page called blog. In home page, there is one link where you can navigate to the blog page. So currently I am at home page. So if I click on the blog page, so look, this nothing happened. I click on that, and this is taking a while. After a while, this is return back to me the blog page. Again, go to the home page and click on there. Look, this is taking a while, nothing happening, and after a while this is returned to me the blog page. Yeah, so actually this is taking almost 2 seconds. So what's happening actually there? Blog page actually use a post component. So this is actually a server component. So whenever we make a fetch request there, this is actually taking 2 seconds. That's why rendering this page actually taking 2 seconds and some bit of extra time. So this is actually close to 2 seconds. So when we navigate to the blog page, so viewing this blog page in our browser screen, uh, it's take almost 2 seconds. Look, again click on there, and this is taking almost 2 seconds to render there. Look, this is almost 2 seconds to render there. So this is like an ugly situation. So whenever an user come here, click on a button to go to another page, nothing happened, he will blur about the applications. So what can we do? So we can show an loader, or like an as skeleton thing, something like that we can understand user that something happening, please wait. At least we can indicate the user that something happening, please wait, or server is doing something, please wait for that. So for implementing loading thing, so we can use suspense in React. So I don't go too deep into suspense and how it's actually work. I just use two things here. Suspense, one is fallback and the children component in suspense. So let's implement this our post using React suspense. So let's remove it and use suspense and use our post there and add a fallback here. Fallback. So this fallback is just a loader. So before rendering this page, this post page, this loader will be visible in our display. So loading post page. So let's go to our home page. Yep. Now click on block. Look, a loading is instantly showing here, and then this content are there. So this content is actually come from post. Look, post title. Again, go to home page and click on block. I think Next.js cached it. Now reload the application again and click on that. Look at this. This loading indicator is there. So this is good. User can understand that there's something happening, and that's for that situation. User have to wait for that. So far we have implemented this loading using Suspense from React. So there is also a built-in way or built-in built-in things like loading.js in Next.js. By using loading.js page or loading.js component, we can implement loader in our application, or we can also implement in the blog route. So let's create a function name loading.tsx. We're actually TypeScript here. I think it's not loading. Okay, let's implement this. Export default function blog loading. Let's return and add deep blog page is not actually blog page. This is post page. Post page is loading. Okay, no issue. The text integrator is not an issue here. Let's remove our suspense there. Where is our blog page? Yeah, remove the suspense from there. Just import the post page there. Now let's go to the page. Again, reload it and click on the blog page. Look at this, post is loading. So this actually come from this loading.tsx file. So now we don't need to using suspense. So Next.js has give us these facilities. So by using loading file, we can implement loading things. So depending on the loading scope, you can use a loader on a global scope, or you can use on a router scope, or you can use, if there is nested route or nested folder, you can use a loader in the nested folder and nested route also. This will implement according to the scope of this file. So far we saw that our loading is working perfectly. Let's look at another example. Actually, initially I told you that I had created two components. One is post, this is wait for 2 seconds, and one is user, this is wait for 4 seconds. So far I have implemented the post only, and that's why our page, blog page, actually wait for 2 seconds. Let's also import the user component on our blog page. Let's import user also and blog page. Let's move to the home page and reload it. Let's click on the blog page. Did you indicate that? Did you got it that our loading time is increased now? Let's move to the function. Look at that. This is taking almost 4 seconds. So our loading time actually depends on the highest delay time. Post actually take 2 seconds and user actually take 4 seconds for making API request. Don't worry about it. This is really faster, just a simple thing. So this is actually wait for 2 seconds and this is actually wait for 4 seconds. So that's why the maximum delay time is applying here. So why this happening? Let's take a situation there. So whenever a server component or server side rendering, or whenever we load a page from a server next, or this, if this page is a server page, so then at first whatever the API request we make using the fetch, there is two API requests we make using fetch. One is fetch, so this is actually take 2 seconds, and one fetch is this is actually 4 seconds. The fetch request will be hit first. So both of these are async function. So both will call parallelly, and that's why this post, we will get this post at 2 seconds and we will get this user at 4 seconds. So that's why it's take at least 4 seconds for fetching both post data and both user data by using fetch. So at first, Next.js will call the network request. So our network request actually take 4 seconds by combinedly. Then Next.js will render the page on the server side. So by rendering this page, Next.js will generate some HTML or some other related things. Then Next.js server will return HTML, CSS, and JavaScript for this page. Then our client or our web browser will get this HTML, CSS. Initially, he paint this HTML, CSS on the page, whatever we visited on our browser. Then browser will take the JavaScript file, and using React, this JavaScript will be hydrated on our browser and makes the page interactive. So that's the cycle will be goes there. So by this cycle, so we can ensure this page is taking almost 4 seconds plus some extra second. So basically here we get post after 2 seconds and we get after 4 seconds, user list after 4 seconds. But for viewing the full page, we need to wait 4 seconds for user page. For user, for user component. Basically this user component make a fetch request to get user details for 4 seconds. So there is one concept, it's known as streaming. So the streaming things means that we can apply streaming on our page. So Next.js will get our page response by chunk. So that means that whenever Next.js get a page response, then this response will return to our client by chunk wise. So we don't wait for the most delayed page response or most delayed component or most delayed something response. So let's take the scenario that in our blog page, post take almost 2 seconds and user take almost 4 seconds. Combinedly, we have to wait 4 seconds. So if we make streaming on this page, so post get after 2 seconds, so we will after 2 seconds we will immediately get the response of post, and user get its data after 4 seconds. So after 4 seconds we will get the response of user. So let's implement this streaming using Suspense, and we have to make it manually. So we implement this streaming using Suspense manually, and all the streaming process will handled by Next.js. We don't have to think about that. So let's implement this. So let's make a Suspense boundary here and add the post here and make a fallback and give a p element here, loading post content. Then there will be another Suspense. This will be user and make a fallback, loading user content. So organize this code. So let's go to the blog page now. Click on blog. Look, post content is loading. Immediately getting the post is paint there, and when you get the user, we get the user content. Again, load that. Look, both of are loading when you get user after 2 seconds, and after post, and when you get the user detail after 4 seconds, it's paint there. So we don't have to wait at a while for the peak time. So Next.js will automatically handle this situation, and whenever a component response or the children at the suspense boundary get this response, it will paint, and other will be waiting for their response, for their page response or something like that. So incrementally, let's say that you have a page that's called almost 10, 20, some application dashboard must be take this time. So take this situation, we'll have this situation like they call 10 or 20 API at a time. So we can implement this page by using small component, and each component may have request 1 or 2 API, or we can make this each component in a suspend boundary, and Next.js will show this page using streaming, and we will get each of the part or if each of the content response in our dashboard incrementally. Whenever their response is available, Next.js will be paint on our screen. So behind the scene, a lot of things happen. You can go to the documentation of Next.js. So that was from my side. Thank you. Thanks for watching this video.